Wow, your kitchen looks really nice. I can see the red.
Thank you.
And yet the yellow as well. Your cookbook copy too.
Yes. So this is my new and very first cookbook, first and nine. So one of the recipes that we're doing today is actually in the cookbook.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so we have a few attendees joining still. Let's give them just a minute to get ready with their ingredients. So this is a cook along session. Okay, don't be shy. Switch on your webcam so Sham can see you. I can see you too. And the idea is that you can cook step by step with Sham from her kitchen, right? We're all at home. This is a home cook session. And Sham, maybe you can tell us a bit about what are the two dishes that you're going to cook with us today?
So the very first dish we're doing is actually Macaroni Goreng. Essentially, it's a dish that every makcik makes really, really well. It's really, really good. Okay, the base is actually similar to that of a mee goreng. It's just that we westernize it and we use macaroni instead of yellow noodles. Okay, so this recipe was actually from my friend's mother, and I tweaked her recipe here and there and made it my own. And I think that it's a very easy recipe, especially if you have lots of leftovers. Now I'm using certain types of vegetables, certain types of meat. Now, if you don't have them, it's okay. Just dig up your fridge, your freezer, whatever you have on hand, and just use it. Because essentially, it's really a lot of pantry staples.
Great.
And then the second recipe is, of course, my very favorite creamy, spicy Alfredo linguini. Now, this recipe, I was craving for a lot of pasta when I was pregnant with my baby, but he wouldn't let me eat pasta. Every time I eat pasta, I'll puke, And it was like going on for, I think, during the first 2 trimesters. And one day I told him, I'm like, you know what? I'm still gonna have a pasta today. I'm gonna make it spicy so you can eat it. And yes, eventually, I didn't puke for that meal. Like, actually ate a whole bowl of spicy Alfredo by myself.
Okay, I see. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, there's two interesting recipes. So Sham is getting to show us her own twist with delicious spices and local flavors, Malay twist on Italian classics, using San Remo Pasta, our Singapore's #1 pasta brand, and high quality using durum wheat. So if everyone's ready, please don't be shy again. You can switch on your webcam, and any questions, just type in the chat box, whether you're on the live stream on the website, YouTube, Facebook, or in Zoom, just give us a shout out, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so Sham, over to you.
Awesome. All right. So I'm pretty sure you guys have been told to prepare some stuff. So basically, you want to get your pot boiling. I have a kettle with hot water and a pot that is boiling right now. It's just starting to simmer. I'm going to let until it's really, really bubbling away before I add pasta and cover the pot. Okay, so for now, we will make the egg omelette first for the macaroni goreng. Okay, so I'm just turning on my fire for the egg. Heating up the pan first. And I'll add my oil as well. Okay, and I'm just going to break 2 eggs. And I've got a fork, and I'm just going to scramble it. Okay, you don't have to salt it because it's really just for garnish. We're doing this first because we want to get it out of the way. Okay, and by the time the macaroni is ready, it's cooled down enough for us to cut the omelette into strips.
Right.
Okay. Also, at this point, you might want to have your garnish ready as well. So I've got some spring onions. Okay.
Yes.
Spring onions and some fried salads. Okay, I'm using instant fried salads. Just get them from the supermarket. If you don't have them, it's okay. Okay. Now, like I said, this macaroni goreng is really a lot of leftovers. I don't like food wastage, so whenever I cook, it's whatever is in the fridge.
Awesome.
Okay, so we'll go over here. It is hot enough. Okay, and okay. In the meantime, If you notice, I'm going quite fast. We'll let that cook first.
Okay.
Okay, and also I asked you guys to prepare your onions and everything beforehand. So I've already peeled and washed one red onion. Okay, and I'm using a stick blender. Whatever blender you have, just stuff it in. And I'm going to put 4 shallots. Now, why am I using 2 different types of onions? Now, shallot is a type of onion. The shallot provides a kind of sweetness, whereas the onions is more for flavor. Okay, so I'm going to add that in. And I've got an inch of ginger. And I'm going to add 4 cloves of garlic.
Okay.
Okay, we'll save the rest of the garlic for the Alfredo. Okay, and of course, a dried chili paste. Dried chili. I rehydrated them this morning. I put them in hot water, and I'm now just going to blend them together. If you have dried chili paste, just add 1 tablespoon to it. It's really according to your level of spiciness. I like everything spicy. So I'm going to add more.
I can see we're being generous here.
Yes, I'm very, very generous about this. Okay, and I've got over here 1 tablespoon of cumin and coriander. Okay,
Cumin and coriander seed. Whole spice.
They are pre-toasted already, yes.
Toasted.
They are pre-toasted. What I do is I toast them in a big batch and I put them in a container. I let it cool down, then I put it in a fridge. Now, spices will always last longer when it's in a fridge. So I like to store my spices in the fridge.
Good to know.
Okay, now we'll just go back to the egg for a while.
Let's go back to the eggs.
Yeah. Cooking nicely. Okay. And we're just going to flip it. Okay, as you can see, I'm no pro as well. It doesn't matter. It's going to be cut up into strips anyway. Okay?
Yes, because you wanted it to be strips anyway. Yeah. No stress.
Okay, and the water is boiling as well. Maybe you guys can see. So, a lot of multitasking, huh? I hope you guys are keeping up. Okay, so I'm just going to try.
It's very fun actually to multitask. Like cook up a few dishes in 1 hour.
Okay, I'm using only half of the packet. There's only 2 of us at home, so
yes,
1 full packet is too much.
Okay, so 1 full packet is 375 grams, so you can use 4 people and half of it for 2. So, Sham, what do you add to the boiling water?
We added salt to the boiling water. And now we're just adding the pasta. I'm using the elbows, okay? And you want to let it simmer. And don't touch it and don't cover it, okay? We'll just leave the pot uncovered and let it cook for like 10 minutes. Okay? And this one I'm just going
you don't have to cover the pot when cooking pasta.
So I have a timer over here.
Okay.
10 minutes. Okay, and I think my eggs are ready. My egg is ready. I'm just going to put them on a plate and let them cool down. Okay. Now, don't have to wash this. We are going to use this for the Alfredo later. Okay? So I'm just switching out to a bigger wok kind. Okay, and I'm going to reheat on the fire. Now, I always like to heat the oil first while I'm blending stuff so that I don't waste time. We don't have And then we won't have to wait a long time for the oil to, preheat. And I'm using like 3 tablespoons of normal vegetable oil over here.
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll go back to the blended stuff. Okay.
Yes.
So I've got all my items here. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of water. Because my stick blender needs a little bit of moisture.
Okay, yeah. So you don't want it to be too thick and it can't get mixed up, so add a little bit of liquid. Ooh, let's go.
So gonna make that noise.
MasterChef Singapore, you know that Sham's nickname is Samba Queen. And it's really nice to do, I think, fusion stuff at home. Like I like to cook my pasta in many different ways. And sometimes I actually do like it also like with more Asian paste and sauce, just more comfy.
Okay, so we've got that paste. It smells really good because of the cumin and coriander. Okay, I'm just going to grab my kicap manis because I forgot to take that out.
Sure. So now, for those of you who just tuned in, we're at the first cook-along session of day 2 of SG Cookathon, led by Sham, in collaboration with San Remo Pasta. We are going to teach you how to be a pasta master using Asian spices and flavors with Italian classics. So now Annie is actually just makes the paste for the Macaroni Goreng, and now she's getting the paste out. We have already put the first elbow pastas in the boiling water. So now the oil has been heated up, 3 tablespoons, and now putting the mixed paste of onions, shallots, ginger, garlic, as well as dry chili into the heated pan. Wow, I can imagine the aroma in the kitchen now.
It smells really good.
We have a question. Is this enough? The paste, is this enough for 2 servings?
It's more than enough actually. So this is going to create a very wet kind of macaroni. If you like it drier, you can always set aside, put aside some, freeze it in a container, and next time you want macaroni goreng, you can just take it out.
I see.
So this is going to take quite a while. So we're just gonna let it thicken and basically let it cook a lot more. Okay, it's very important for your spices to be tempered very well. If you don't temper it, you're going to taste that kind of raw ingredients. So you don't want to be eating raw ingredients, right? You want to make sure that it's cooked very well. So we'll just keep watching the fire. Okay. Don't put it on high flame, just put it on medium and let it cook.
Right.
I'll let you know when the macaroni is.
Keep it stirring.
Yeah.
Nice. And for those of you boiling the pastas, just the 10 minutes, it's currently being boiled, the elbow pasta. So if you have not boiled them, please start.
Yeah, start boiling your pasta. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to chop my garlic for the Alfredo. I really don't like to just stand over the stove and just stir and just wait. If there's one thing that MasterChef taught me was to be efficient, when you're in the kitchen. So whenever there's pockets of time waiting, you got to be doing something. Okay, be it cleaning, washing the dishes, or chopping something up for the next dish, you just got to be doing something.
Awesome.
Like what they say, a watch pot never boils. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just chopping up the garlic, preparing it for my next recipe.
Yes. So we have started making the macaroni goreng using San Remo pasta elbows. And now Sham is starting to prep for the second dish, which is spicy Alfredo linguini with beef bacon. And apparently this dish was inspired during her pregnancy. So Sham, what have you been busy with?
I've been busy with the sale of my cookbook, and as well as my little sambal prints. Yes, my sambal prints takes up most of my time now, and I get to cook during his meal times. I cook for him, and I get to cook and bake when he's napping, so there's not much time.
I see. How do you feel about cooking for your little one?
Actually, I quite enjoy it. Some foods he'll like get really excited over it. Like he loves avocados and he really loves chicken, but he seems to hate fish. So I think he takes after me about that.
Yes.
I don't hate fish. I only learned to appreciate fish only in my adulthood. Like last time when I was younger, every day was just chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just chopping up chopping up the garlic really finely. You don't want to have such big pieces because you know you're gonna be biting into them, and it's not that yummy if you have a big chunk of garlic, you know,
Yes.
stuck in between the teeth.
So, are you going to stir fry the garlic later?
Yes. So we're just gonna cook it in the butter. So butter and garlic and chili padi creates a really nice aroma. We'll just go back to this for a while and just keep stirring. Okay, as you can see, it's thickened up nicely. You can
wow. Yeah, the sauce has thickened since before they were heated. Oh, we can see the macaroni.
Your pasta a little bit of a stir, okay, so that it's cooked. Okay, we'll just leave this to cook a little bit more.
Sure.
And I'll go back to the garlic. I'm not quite happy with the spice yet. I want it really quite fine.
Yeah. Sham, are you also making 2 portions for the spicy Alfredo linguine?
Yes. So basically, I told my husband today is pasta day. We're having the linguine for lunch and the macaroni goreng for dinner.
Awesome.
So there might even be some leftovers, definitely.
Yes. Yeah, do you feel like, because pasta is so easy to make and very versatile to make like many dishes.
Very, you know. And what I like to have on hand in my freezer is actually homemade pesto. My sister has basil plants and she gives me fresh basil every 2 weeks or so. So we make, you know, a big batch of pesto.
Yes.
You know, and we put it in ice cube trays and then freeze it. And 1 ice cube tray is for 1 portion of pasta. And on days that my husband, you know, we don't have leftover food, I wake up like a little bit early in the morning and just pack for him pasta with pesto.
Wow.
Yes, that.
So I know this is the go-to meal, really quick.
Okay, it's nice and quick. You can have a look. We're just waiting for it to be a little bit thicker. And we've got about 30 more seconds till the pasta is cooked.
Very nice. How's everyone doing on your side? Feel free to tell us your progress.
I hope I'm not too fast.
We have about 15 people in the Zoom for the cook along, and also
50,
about
right? 50?
No, 15 on
15.
Zoom, and 20 on YouTube.
Oh wow! Okay. Now we're going to test the pasta. I know the instruction says like 10 to 11 minutes, but you know, we still got to test. Okay.
So
it's al dente.
It's al dente? Okay.
Yeah. So you don't want to overcook the pasta. So I'll just. Okay, give me a second.
So we have, this is the elbows pastas that we have cooked for the macaroni goreng. So now it's being cooked, and we add removing the water and get the pasta out.
Okay, so I already put it on the colander.
Yay.
And you can see that the paste is really spinning up right now. Okay, now we're going to add just maybe a tablespoon of oil. And we're going to cook the meat. So I'm using flank over here. Flank steak is basically daging goreng. We go to your Malay butcher. And it cooks pretty fast.
Sham, show it in the zooming camera. Zoom in, just above the pan. Yay.
So I cut them like this. If you're using minced meat, that's even better. It cooks really fast as well. So I'll just let that cook.
I think since yesterday I've learned something new from the chefs, is that they know how to divide the pan into different areas, like sauce on the side or the meat on the other side. So it's more efficient.
You've got to do what you got to do.
I think this is really good trick, right, for home cooks like us. We don't have like 10 pots or many stoves at the same time. Just within one pan, we can cook a few things.
Okay, now I'm just gonna cut the veggies. I nearly forgot about the veggies, but the veggies will go in the same time as the pasta, so we don't have to worry so much. Let's use this a bit. Now,
so Sham, are you using bok choy?
I think this is chai tin, right? Yeah, I think it's chai tin.
I think other greens will be fine, right? Even
any type of greens. If you have mixed vegetables, go ahead. What else works? Cabbage. Nai also works. You know, whatever you have on hand.
Great.
Yeah. I'm going to use a little bit more. And this is also a great way to sneak in some veggies for your kids or maybe your partners. Like my husband, he hates vegetables for some reason. So when I mix everything together, he doesn't have a choice and he can't pick it up.
It's too delicious. We don't want to,
Yeah, exactly.
Have any leftover on the plate.
Okay, as you can see, it's cooking really nicely.
Sham, have anyone say that what's your like maximum in terms of the spice level? What's the spiciest dish you have cooked?
Me?
Yes.
I think that one time I mixed up the chilies and I made my mother's rendang too spicy that even I myself was like, I'm dying. So I had to douse it in like coconut milk and lime juice and some tamarind juice.
Oh, okay. So maybe we can learn from you. When it's too spicy, what can we do to cut the spice level?
There's a few things you can do. One is you can add tamarind juice.
Yes.
Number 2, lime. Maybe number 3, tomatoes. So anything that is spicy counter reacts with acid. So whatever you have on hand, whatever that's acidic. Orange juice also works. You know, I've never tried orange juice on my rendang, but you can try it. It's gonna be a different taste.
Yeah, if you want to try, please after let us know how it goes.
Yeah, please do.
So Sham, is the rendang recipe also in your cookbook?
Yes, it is. So I've made changes to my mom's rendang recipe. I chuck it in the oven instead of putting it on the stove. So you know, I kind of cheated over there. So I don't have to be like watching over the pot. Because when you cook rendang over the pot, you've got to stir it constantly. Maybe like every 10-15 minutes. And that's kind of, you know, a bit tiring sometimes.
That's a very good
thing. I think my meat is cooked. Now you can have a look over here. Now don't worry about the moisture. That's just from the meat. Okay, I'm just gonna scrape the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna reduce the heat. I'm gonna add the kicap manis. Okay.
Kicap manis, is this the sweet sauce?
Yeah, yes, sweet soy sauce. So I'm adding like 3 tablespoons.
Yeah.
So this also will reduce the spiciness and give sweetness to it. So essentially, I don't have to salt this anymore. Okay? And this is the fast one. This is the part where you get fun. I'm going to add the pasta.
Woo! You can see the meat juice with the sauce looks really nice. And then we're now going to toast in the pastas.
And I'm going to add the vegetables.
Now we're adding in the taising, roughly chopped. So the macaroni has been cooked before, 10 minutes, okay, in boiling water. Drain them, and then add them to the sauce with meat. Sham has just added also the sweet sauce. Look like a beautiful one pan meal.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, the sauce is coating the pasta so well.
Okay, definitely this is more than 2 portions. I don't eat this much, and my husband, if it's nice, he will have 2-3 portions.
How long can we keep it for, Sham, if we want to keep it in the fridge, like meal prep? If you want to meal prep.
So this P12, once it's cooled down, you can keep it in the fridge for 1 day, and then after that, you will just reheat. If you want to bring it to work the next day, heat it in the microwave or heat it on the stove. You know, just be careful, because if you don't temper the spices properly, it will go bad pretty quickly. So you got to make sure, you know, the first part where you fry the aromatics, make sure that it's fried really well. All right. You know what, guys? We are done with this first dish.
Wow, so fast. We are only less than half an hour in, and the first dish is done.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the egg. Okay. Basically now is the garnish part, okay? This is the fun part.
Okay.
Just going to roll it up.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And just cut it into strips.
Ah, okay. This is how we can cut into shredded egg, like shred. Stripes of egg, yes.
Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do, we go back to the pot. Yeah, I'll keep the rest later. And I've got my spring onions and my shallot, fried shallot.
So if you have time, right, you can also make your own shallots at home, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So yesterday with Chef Mintan, we actually learned how to make shallots at home. So
oh wow, that's fun.
Yeah. So if you like that, definitely watch yesterday's video from 5:30 onwards. For over 90 minutes. Yeah, we made rice, glutinous rice. Yeah.
Okay, so we're done. We've covered this. Okay, you guys want to take a look at the macaroni goreng again? How pretty it is.
So this is the macaroni goreng using San Remo pasta elbows by Shamsydar. Yay! Thank you.
So I'm just going to transfer some stuff, and I'm just preparing the second pot of water for our linguini. Hang on, yeah. Wait a minute.
Okay, so now I'm going to prepare for the second dish, which is the spicy Alfredo linguini with beef bacon.
Okay, so I've got some hot water over here. I just need to reheat it, and just make sure to salt the pot a lot so that the pasta won't stick together.
Yes.
Okay, you want to make sure that it's as salty as the seawater. Basically, that was what an Italian chef told me. You want to be generous with the salt when cooking the pasta.
That's right.
Okay, we'll cover it and leave it in boil. Okay, let me just transfer some stuff. So we'll put this macaroni goreng aside. Okay, and we have the same pan that we used for the egg. Now there's some residual oil. We're going to leave it, and we're just going to put a little bit more olive oil, just a little bit. Because we want to crisp up the beef bacon. And we'll switch on the
Sham, where do you buy your beef bacon?
So I got this off Shopee. Shopee has a halal butchery that's called Meat Mechanic. But of course, you can go to NTUC or your nearest supermarket. There's a brand called Zack Butchery, and they have halal beef bacon. They have turkey bacon as well. But I find that this recipe works well with beef bacon because turkey bacon, it's a little bit, how do I say? The taste is milder. Yeah.
Great. So are you cutting it into stripes?
Yes, so I'm cutting the beef bacon into strips. I'll just show you guys. think we'll go to the close-up camera.
Yep.
So it's this small. Okay, and we're just going to dump it in.
Yay.
We want to crisp it up a little bit.
Sham, I think seeing you cooking this way seems really effortless and quite therapeutical.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, home cooking can be very relaxed. Just slice things, putting it into the pan.
Okay, as you can see, I don't like to wash a lot of my stuff. You know, I mean, you're cooking pretty much similar dishes. So we'll just leave the washing till the end, you know. In the meantime, we'll just clean whatever we can and just maintain a tidy workspace as well.
Yep.
Okay. So I think this is frying nicely.
Sham, at what heat is the pan now?
Sorry?
Do you put medium heat or medium high?
This is medium heat. This takes time. So when you want to crisp up the beef bacon, you don't want very high flame. You don't want very high heat. You want it to be gentle so that it will crisp up eventually. So as you can see, all these brown bits, that's what we want, caramelization of the beef bacon.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave this on its own for a while, and I'm just going to chop up the chili padi. Okay, I put 3. I think I'm going to put 3 instead of 4. My husband will kill me if I put 4. Okay, you can throw the seeds, remove the seeds, you know, up to your liking. I'm just slicing them up really, really thinly because you don't want to be biting into, you know, a huge piece of chili padi, because that's where, you know, you will really feel all your taste buds. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then if there's any random seeds that came out, you know, just tuck it to the side, because the seeds is what makes it really spicy.
Yes. And talking about spicy, Sham, your new book name is Spices and Lime. Why do you pick this name?
Spice. I cannot live without spice, but you know, I hate sour fruits or sour food. I can't take, you know, those asambui. I can't take oranges that aren't ripe. So, but sometimes it's necessary for you to have some sourness in your life. So I suppose, you know, it's both the good and the bad.
I see. The sourness to balance up the spices.
Yes, definitely. Okay. Remember not to touch your face once you've dealt with chili or chili padi. Okay, guys? Wash your hands.
Do not touch your face. Yes.
Look at that. That's really beautiful right now. Okay. Now this will take a while because our pasta, we haven't even cooked our pasta. Okay, so we'll leave the beef bacon to cook a bit more while we wait for my water to re-boil. And then I can cook the pasta, the linguine. You know what? Let me just prepare the linguine. Why am I using linguine for this? Linguine will scoop up the sauce really well. If you're using spaghetti, the sauce wouldn't be scooped up very well. You know, I was told that spaghetti is like an American invention. No real Italians use spaghetti. I don't know how true that is, you know, but personally for me, I use a lot of linguine rather than spaghetti.
I see.
Okay, so
a pack is 500 grams. How much are we using?
Today I'm using like probably a third.
A third.
Yeah, just a third. That's just enough for the 2 of us. Let me just check if the water is boiling. Okay, the water is boiling nicely. And I'm going to put in the pasta. I will try to turn it around. Okay, let me just show you guys how viral, and when the pasta softens, everything will just go into the pot nicely.
Beautiful.
See, look at the beef bacon. Oh, it's crisping up really, really well.
Wow. I finally learned how to put pasta in boiling water.
This is from Jamie Oliver.
Okay.
I love Jamie Oliver. You know, like when I was younger, after school, I'm not usually allowed to watch TV when I was in school. My mom would only restrict to like 1 hour per week, but you know, she's working, so I sneak in when I'm having lunch. I watch Channel 5, and the only thing that's on is Jamie Oliver. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, can you guys see how beautiful and how brown the beef bacon has gotten?
Yes, we see some crisp ends, and the color is
Right?
brown. Yeah, it's turned brown.
Okay, and you can see the pasta is going down nicely.
Yeah, and Sham, do we need to put a timer for the pasta?
Yes, so once everything is in, I will put on the timer.
Okay.
10 minutes again. Okay.
We definitely want to learn this trick to be a pasta master.
Okay, I think the beef bacon is done. Okay, we'll switch up the fire for a while we wait for the pasta to cook. Okay, and I'm just going to set this aside.
Okay. So we are now cooking the linguine pasta, and the bacon, the beef bacon is ready.
I'll show you guys how it is. It looks better now on the white plate. You can see how crispy it is. Yeah.
We'll love to take a bite.
Okay, guys, now this is where it gets really fast. Okay, you want to prepare everything, which is basically your garlic. I have everything on a pan, so it's easy for me. Okay, and then I have my cheese. Let me just tidy up a bit.
Sure. So yeah, so Sham has just now chopped the garlic, right? Minced the garlic earlier on, which we were doing the first dish. So now she's placing the chopped garlic and the chopped chili padi into the same tray.
Okay, and I've got half a knob of chicken stock. Now people always ask me, but I don't use chicken stock too. Can I use fresh chicken stock? This is where, you know, as much as I am, you know, I was from MasterChef, you know, but I must thank really instant stuff like the chicken stock cube, you know, for when I just started cooking. You know, as a teenager, when I started cooking, these were my life savior. You know, these helped me make me a better cook. And eventually, I did learn how to, you know, make my own chicken stock. But for this recipe, you can't use the broth, chicken stock broth, or, you know, those in the liquid form because it's too watery. And you want to maintain the creaminess of the sauce. So if you do have a recipe for chicken stock powder, then by all means, you can go ahead and use your own chicken stock powder. But otherwise, this chicken stock cube is a lifesaver. Okay? I'm not the atas lah. Not everything I make is handmade from scratch.
We all have our style. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So just wait. Okay, there's still like 7 minutes. So if there's any questions, maybe, you know, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask.
Yes. Now's your chance to ask Sham any questions you have on spices, on pasta, on cooking for your little ones, over pregnancy. Yeah, now it's the time.
I'm all yes.
So since, we have time, maybe I just share that we also have a contest, like a challenge going on your YoRipe app. And you can join the challenge with what you've cooked. So we can share the steps now. You want to see the steps now really quick since we're waiting?
Sure.
Okay, so let me share my screen. So YoRipe app, of course, you get the recipes, the two recipes that Sham is preparing today. And in addition, we put together this twist on Italian classic. Because when we were talking with Sham, we felt very inspired how she takes that tradition, like classical dish to more comfy food, right? With our Asian palate and with easier ingredients, not so much cream, dairy, that we take because we're Asian. I think like we can use more of the local spice, local things that's available around us. So we put together this challenge called Twist on Italian Classic, right? So very easy, just go to your app. You can download App Store, Google Play Store, go to our challenge page. This is our new feature, just launched 2 weeks ago. And you can submit, so press on the camera button and upload your pictures, up to 6 pictures. So be generous, upload lots of pictures, and then add the hashtag Twist on Italian Classic, and you stand a chance to win a San Remo hamper. It comes with San Remo Pastas, sauces that you see on Sham's tabletop, and also a pot, to help you to be a pasta master. So do join the challenge. It ends end of December. You can go and upload anytime after you cook, and more than 1 entry. The most voted one the top 3 winners will receive the San Remo hamper. Great.
Okay, I think we're ready.
Yay.
It's 5 minutes into cooking the pasta. Actually, for 4.5 minutes, I put the timer here so that I can see.
I see.
Okay, I'm just gonna reheat the pan. This pan I have, and I'm going to add in the butter. I have probably about a tablespoon of butter over here. You can add more. Jamie Oliver always says, add a knob of butter. So you can add a knob of butter. I don't know what a knob is, what measurement it is. I have no idea, but you get my point, Okay, and it's alright if there's extra oil from the beef bacon, because that's what makes this Alfredo really, really delicious. And basically, when you mix oil and butter and you melt it to make it, to use it as a base for your fat, it helps to reduce the highest temperature, so you don't burn your ingredients as much.
Okay. We have a question here. What if I want the linguine non-spicy? What changes do I make other than removing the chili padi? I don't handle spice well.
Okay, so you just swap out the chili padi for black pepper, and you want it freshly grounded. That's my only suggestion.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna add the garlic and the chili padi.
Yes.
It's already melted and buttering already.
Ooh. Nice. Butter is welcoming chili padi and garlic in the pan.
Now the smell is really, really good. Okay.
And Sham, what heat are we on now?
We are on medium heat again.
Medium.
Yeah. So you don't want it to be bubbling too much, but you don't want it to be too low either. Now raw garlic has a rancid smell and taste. You want to remove that smell and taste. So once you smell that the garlic has turned more fragrant and sweet, that's when you reduce the fire. Okay?
Okay.
And you add in the rest of the ingredients.
Very
Okay, so
nice.
I'm going to add a chicken stock cube now because I want the chicken stock cube to be melted. I'm just trying to crush it a little bit.
Okay. Put in the chicken stock cube now. Try to crush it in like powder so that it gets more evenly mixed in the pan.
Okay, there's about 1 more minute till the pasta cooks. So it's just nice, I think. And you want to make sure that the chicken stock cube has already melted and it's well emulsified into the garlic and chili padi sauce. We're going to add the cream just in a while.
Sham, how many cloves of garlic are you using?
I think I use about 8 over here.
Wow, okay. Do you like garlic?
Sorry?
Do you like garlic?
Oh, I love garlic. Like it's an understatement.
I think yeah, we have a few garlic lovers here. Yesterday.
Yeah. And be friends.
Yay!
This smells really good. Okay. So this is the fast part. Okay. I want to switch off the fire, add the cream. Oh.
Woohoo!
Okay. And I'm going to add the pasta. I'm just going to scoop it up using a pair of tongs. I'm not going to drain it. Okay.
Wow, I think I learned a lot about how to make our life easier in the kitchen.
That's what I'm all about. My cookbook has a lot of tips and tricks that, I don't have a lot of experience in the kitchen as much as my mother, anybody's mother, but I do have tips and tricks that help, youngsters like more of us, I hope.
Yeah, exactly. We don't cook like our parents, but
Yeah.
a lot of things we can change, adapt to our own ways to make it more manageable and enjoyable.
Exactly. So I'm just going to switch on the fire again, just to thicken up the sauce. Okay. It's a little bit too watery for my liking, but it's all right. Okay. And I always like that a little bit of black pepper.
Okay. I think it's great for the color as well.
Yeah, and black pepper gives a different kind of spiciness, a different kind of heat.
Yes.
So, it's different from the chili padi.
Right.
Now it's coming together nicely.
Yeah, so this is what actually YoRipe is all about as well, helping you to make cooking more manageable. And we don't have to spend 3 hours, right? We have one user say, yeah, like my mom spent 3 hours in the kitchen every day. How can I cook? I don't have 3 hours a day, but we don't have to.
You don't have to. And look, guys, we're pretty much done. I'm just going to plate it up now. I've got 2 plates over here.
Wow.
Maybe I'll move the camera so that you guys can see how I think my food. Don't mind the mess.
Great. Yes, very nice.
All right.
Thank you, Sham.
No problem.
Now I feel I'm really in your kitchen. Wow. Yeah, the sauce is just nice. Like to coat well around the linguine.
Okay. Now the best bit. Let me just show you guys. Oh. Take a look at that. Now, if you've got some Parmesan, go ahead. I don't have any cheese on hand, but that's all right. Oh, this looks really good. I'm just going to spend a little bit more. It looks really, really good. I'm so excited.
Wow, this looks really delicious.
So we've got this. Okay, let me just make this a lot more aesthetic for you guys.
Yes.
So my cookbook over here, and I've got this going on, and one.
Yay, that's the
response.
Macaroni Goreng.
And we're done, guys. And it's exactly 12:30.
Yes, 15 minutes. Very, very efficient. 2 pasta dishes, Malay Twist by Sham, to Italian classics. So simple. Thanks for sharing a lot of tips and tricks with us. And
no worries.
Yeah. So of course, I think Sham can tell us maybe a little bit more about Spices and Lime. How can we get the book?
So Spices and Lime is really an homage to my journey as a cook. I started cooking probably 10 years, 12 years ago when I was in uni. I got tired of what my mom was cooking every day. Basically, that's what spurred me to start cooking in the kitchen, you know. And yeah, so watching TV cooking shows was like a form of relaxation when I was in the midst of my exams or doing my assignments. So that's how I started cooking. And it's basically a lot of recipes that I've tried, I've altered, and recipes that I want to keep in the long run, and pass it on to my kids, to the next generation. And there's a lot of Malay recipes, there's a lot of modern Malay recipes, and a mix of my favorite dessert and bread, especially. So yeah, you can get this at local bookstores. I'll be restocking the autographed copies on my Shopee store on Monday. So you can look up for that. You can search Spices and Lime, or you can go to my Instagram, Charmee with 3 E's, SHARMEEE, and there's a link, direct link to the book.
Yes.
It should be stocked tomorrow. So yeah.
That's right. That's where I order my copy as well at Shamee, SHARMEEE. Yes, very great book, and I love the cover. It's like.
Thank you. Don't be afraid of the kitchen, okay? Just keep cooking.
Exactly. Just keep cooking. Yeah. Thank you, Sham. Hope to cook with you very soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.